Bao Island Storyteller, Journey to the West. Hey kids, welcome to Bao Island. On Bao Island, every story has a taste. Today's taste is warm coral reef and tropical blue. This episode, we're in Green Island. Today's story, The Two Demons.
Welcome back to the Bao Island adventure. I'm your captain. We took the ferry from the east coast of Taitung early this morning, about 33 kilometers of open Pacific Ocean, and now we're standing on Green Island, a tiny volcanic island about 17 square kilometers in size.
Captain, the water here is the most unbelievable color I have ever seen in my life. It's like blue and green and teal all at once. You know how in movies the ocean looks fake because it's too pretty? That's what this is. Except it's real.
Green Island sits right on the edge of the Kuroshio Current, the Black Current, one of the most powerful ocean currents in the world. It brings warm water up from the tropics and wraps right around this island. That's why the color is so vivid, and why the coral reefs here are some of the healthiest in Taiwan.
The Green Island Lighthouse sits on the northwest tip, built in 1937, one of the most photographed lighthouses on Taiwan's coast. Its light can be seen 33 nautical miles out at sea on a clear night.
And the Xiaochangcheng Trail runs along the cliff edge on the southeast coast, about 2 kilometers of path carved into the rock above the sea.
This island was used as a political prison for about 40 years, from the 1950s to the 1990s. Thousands of people were imprisoned here during a time when Taiwan was under martial law. The old prison is now a museum. They didn't tear it down, they kept it, so people can remember.
So this beautiful island had something really dark underneath it. And now it's open to everyone. Captain, you planned this perfectly.
Modestly, I have my moments.
There's something here, something you can only taste on Bao Island. The deep ocean warmth of the Kuroshio wraps this island completely. It's in everything that comes out of this water.
Excited, what is it? Tell me, tell me.
Take a guess.
Mouth full, let me take a bite first. Excitedly, I've been thinking about the seafood here for the entire ferry ride. And now, look at this.
What are we working with?
Enthusiastically, okay, so the fish here is extraordinary because of the Kuroshio Current bringing warm tropical water around the island. We have stone-grilled fish. They heat volcanic stones until they're roasting and lay the whole fish on top. No oil. No pan. Just stone and heat. The skin gets this amazing golden crunch and inside it's so tender and flaky. And we also have flying fish, caught in the waters around Green Island, dried and grilled over a wood fire. Flying fish have this firm, meaty flesh, not flaky like most sea fish.
Flying fish can glide up to 45 meters through the air at a time.
45 meters. So when you eat it, you're eating a fish that basically knows how to fly.
That's a very poetic way to think about it.
Taking a bite, the smokiness from the wood fire soaks into the fish. It's intense and clean and slightly sweet. And the stone-grilled fish is even better, completely clean, tasting purely of the sea.
A few bites and you're ready to face demons.
Laughing, speaking of which, Bridge, you said today we're meeting the 2 most dangerous demons in the whole story?
The 2 most dangerous demons so far. Yes.
Rubbing hands together, tell me everything.
After the reunion on the mountain Tang monk rescued, Sun Wukong restored to the group, the 4 travelers continued west. They were back together, the band was whole again. But as any experienced traveler knows, the road doesn't get easier just because you're in a better mood.
Of course not.
They came to a place called Flat Top Mountain. Exactly as described, a mountain with a completely flat top, like a table rising out of the earth. Wide open plateau, sky in every direction. And as they were walking across this plateau, a local earth god, a small, low-ranking guardian spirit, appeared before them.
Guardian spirits always appear right before something bad happens.
The earth god fell to his knees and said, "Great sage, I must warn you. Ahead on this mountain lives a pair of demons unlike any you have faced before. The Golden Horn King and the Silver Horn King. I beg you, please be careful."
He specifically came to warn them. This is serious.
Even the local spirits were nervous.
Sun Wukong said, "I have faced 10,000 demons. What makes these two special?" The earth god said, "These two demons came from heaven."
Wait, they came from heaven? Like, they're heavenly beings who turned evil?
Not exactly. They were originally servant boys, young attendants who worked in the celestial palace. The golden boy of the golden furnace and the jade boy of the jade furnace. They served the highest immortals in heaven.
Like celestial interns?
Laughing, celestial interns. Exactly. But something happened, an argument, a punishment, a fall from grace, and they were sent down to the mortal world. And in the mortal world, without the rules of heaven keeping them in check, they became something monstrous.
Power without supervision. That never goes well.
The earth god said, "These two demons have 5 legendary weapons. If you want any chance of defeating them, you must understand what these weapons are."
5 weapons. Let's hear them.
The first is a red gourd. An ordinary-looking bottle, but if someone answers when called by their own name, and is pointed into this gourd, they will be drawn inside. Trapped completely. The gourd will dissolve anything inside it in less than an hour.
Alarmed, it dissolves you?
Bone and flesh, gone. Nothing left but liquid.
That's one of the most terrifying things I've ever heard. What's the second?
A jade bottle. Works exactly the same way as the gourd, but it's a backup in case someone escapes the first.
2 dissolving containers. Okay. Third?
A golden rope that ties itself. You throw it at someone and it wraps around them automatically. Can't be broken, can't be undone by normal means.
Fourth?
A plantain fan. One wave and it sends a burst of fire so powerful it can burn mountains flat.
Wide-eyed, a fire fan that burns mountains. Fifth?
7 flying swords. Legendary blades that fly through the air by themselves.
Quietly, 5 weapons. And the scariest one is a bottle that dissolves you if you say your own name.
The scariest one is the bottle. Because it doesn't rely on strength. It just relies on you responding when called. And everyone responds when called by their own name. It's a reflex.
The most dangerous trap in this story is not a weapon. It's a voice saying your name.
Thinking, that's a lot scarier when you put it that way.
Let me tell you about something important on this island. The old political prison.
We walked past it this morning. The buildings are still standing, concrete walls, guard towers, barracks.
During the White Terror period, from the late 1940s through the late 1980s, thousands of political prisoners were sent here. Intellectuals, writers, activists, people who were accused of opposing the government. Many spent years in these cells, looking at the same Pacific Ocean we're enjoying today.
The prison is now a museum and memorial. Taiwan confronted this history openly, the buildings were preserved, the stories documented, the survivors' voices recorded.
That's different from pretending it didn't happen. Keeping the building means keeping the memory.
In the story, the guardian spirit who warns Tang Monk about the demons ahead doesn't pretend the danger isn't there. He says it clearly, this is what's coming. Be ready.
Truth-telling as protection.
A very different approach from hiding or pretending. Face the danger honestly, and you have a chance.
Pointed, bridge, is that a comment about our story?
Maybe a little.
Excitedly, I found the second thing. Taro and sweet potato cake.
Classic island comfort food.
Enthusiastically, taro and sweet potato are both grown on the east coast and the islands, staples for generations. They pound the taro into a dense, sticky paste, mix it with chunks of sweet potato, and form it into flat cakes that get grilled over the fire. The outside has this gorgeous caramelized crust, slightly chewy, lightly sweet, and the inside is dense and starchy and satisfying.
Island food. Nothing imported, nothing complicated.
Mouth slightly full, it tastes like the island tastes. Earthy and real and warm. I could eat 5 of these.
Save room, we still have a long trip.
Reluctantly, fine. Continue. The demons have 5 weapons. Sun Wukong heard the warning. What does he do?
Sun Wukong thanked the earth god and told him to stay out of sight. Then he left the other 3 waiting on the trail and flew ahead to spy on the demon's cave.
Always check the terrain first.
He found the cave. It was enormous, carved into the face of a cliff. The demon's soldiers were patrolling outside. Sun Wukong transformed himself into a small sparrow, landed in a tree above the entrance, and listened.
Delighted, a spy sparrow.
Inside the cave, the 2 demon kings were talking. The Silver Horn King said, "Brother, I heard that Tang Monk, the holy monk from the east, is traveling this road. His flesh is said to give immortality to whoever eats it." The Golden Horn King said, "I've heard. We must capture him." The Silver Horn King said, "But I've also heard his disciple Sun Wukong is extremely powerful. We can't be careless."
Even the demons know to be careful about Sun Wukong. They've heard about him.
The Golden Horn King said, "That's why we have our treasures. Even the great sage equal to heaven cannot escape the gourd if he answers his own name. And I have a plan to make him answer."
Quietly, what plan?
Sun Wukong sat in his sparrow form in the tree, listening very carefully. And he heard the plan. And what he heard made even Sun Wukong worried.
What was the plan?
The Golden Horn King would send a soldier disguised as an old woman, a mother, to stand in the road. When Tang Monk's group passed, she would call out. And if anyone in the group answered to their name, into the gourd.
Exhaling, simple. Terrifyingly simple.
Sun Wukong flew back to Tang Monk and told him, "Master, whatever happens ahead, if anyone calls out your name, do not answer. Tell Sandy and Pigsy the same. If any one of us answers, they're caught."
Can they actually do that? Not respond to their own names?
Pigsy immediately said, "Easy. I won't say a word." Tang Monk said, "I trust in my Dharma, I won't be afraid." Sandy said, "Understood."
And Sun Wukong?
Pause. Sun Wukong said nothing. Because Sun Wukong knew that the one who couldn't stay quiet would probably be himself.
Let's walk up toward the lighthouse while we still have light.
The path up here is incredible. It goes along the cliff edge and you can see the ocean stretching out in every direction. The coral reefs below are visible through the clear water. You can see the patterns.
From the lighthouse hill you can see along the full coast of Green Island. The island is small, about 17 square kilometers, surrounded entirely by the Pacific. The nearest land is the Taitung coast, 33 kilometers west.
We are surrounded by ocean.
About 33 kilometers from the mainland. But it feels like another world.
The island has a small community, a few shops, the lighthouse, the prison museum. People come for the diving, the snorkeling, the hot springs.
And the people who live here year-round have chosen this. An island in the Pacific, surrounded by coral and blue water.
There's something to be said for a place you truly choose.
Tang monk on the road to the west, he doesn't belong anywhere. He's always moving. He's a pilgrim. No home, no shelter, always one step from disaster.
But he has 3 disciples. That's his home.
And when they're separated, when Sun Wukong was sent away, that home fell apart. Which is why the reunion mattered so much. The demons made their first move before Tang Monk's group had even crossed the plateau.
The old woman disguise?
Exactly as planned. A demon soldier transformed itself into a very old woman standing in the middle of the road. Bent over, frail, her back to them as they approached. Sun Wukong saw through her with his golden eyes immediately. He whispered to the others, "Don't look. Don't speak. Keep walking."
Could they just walk past without anyone saying anything?
Almost. They were nearly past when the old woman turned and called out in a trembling voice, "My goodness! A monk! Young monk! Could you help an old grandmother? I've fallen. My leg hurts. Please. Just tell me your name."
She specifically asked for a name.
Pigsy, without thinking, called out, "Don't worry, Granny, we're pilgrims going to." Sun Wukong clapped a hand over Pigsy's mouth and dragged him forward.
Laughing and alarmed, "Pigsy." He almost did it.
Sun Wukong stepped forward, looked at the old woman with his golden eyes, and said loudly, "Enough! I see what you are." He raised his staff. The old woman disappeared in a flash. The soldier had retreated back to the cave.
Round 1 to Sun Wukong. But the demons still have 5 treasures.
And the demons know now that they can't trick Sun Wukong directly. So they'll need to find a way to remove Sun Wukong from the board first.
With rising dread, how?
That's next time.
Time to wrap up. The sun is going down behind the Taitung coast. You can see it from the lighthouse hill, painting the western sky orange.
Today we came to Green Island, a volcanic island in the open ocean, ringed with coral reefs and brilliant blue water. We ate grilled seafood fresh from the morning's catch in taro and sweet potato cake, dense and warm and earthy. And we met the 2 greatest villains of Journey to the West so far, the Golden Horn King and the Silver Horn King, with their 5 legendary weapons, and a trap so clever it doesn't need strength. It just needs you to say your own name.
A bottle that traps you if you answer when called. Terrifying.
And next time, Sun Wukong tries to outsmart that bottle. And discovers it's not as easy as it looks.
Does he end up inside it?
What do you think?
Groan, he ends up inside it, doesn't he?
Softly, the most dangerous traps don't look dangerous at all, they just call your name. On Bao Island, stories grow up with you.